All right, let's dive into one of the trickiest but most rewarding moves you can make in your career. That big leap from being a senior leader to landing a spot in the C-suite.
It's a question a lot of us end up asking ourselves, right? You're great at your job, you've mastered your function, you lead an awesome team. So what's the deal with that next step? Is it just more of the same but with a bigger title?
Well, the answer is a big, emphatic no. Getting to the C-suite isn't just about climbing another rung on the ladder. It's a total rewiring of how you think, how you operate, and where you create value. It's a seismic shift. So let's break down exactly what that means. Okay, so the very first transformation we've got to talk about is the vision shift. Think about it like this. You're going from mastering your one piece on the chessboard to suddenly needing to see the entire game from a bird's eye view. And to do that, we're going to zero in on two skills that are, frankly, non-negotiable. Really expanding your strategic vision and getting a rock-solid handle on your financial acumen.
And you can really see the difference here, right? As a senior leader, you're rewarded for running your silo for your deep functional expertise. But as a CXO, your success is all about your ability to drive the entire business. You're moving from just focusing on your team's execution to big picture strategic thinking for the whole company. And a huge piece of that big picture is financial acumen. I mean it. This is a must-have. You have to speak the language of profit, cost, and ROI. It's not about just managing your department's budget anymore. It's about reading the company's P&L and helping guide the major investment decisions that shape the future.
Okay, so once you've got the vision, what's next? That brings us to our second big transformation, the impact shift. This is all about going from just leading your own team to mobilizing the entire organization.
So here, we're going to break down 4 key things: leveling up your leadership style, earning trust outside of your department, really leaning into emotional intelligence, and, this is crucial, proving your impact on the whole enterprise.
See, C-suite leadership isn't just about managing tasks and hitting quarterly numbers. It's about being a transformational leader. You're the one who has to inspire people to champion real, meaningful change and create a place where new ideas can actually flourish. And listen, that influence can't just be top-down within your own team. Real executive impact is horizontal. You have to prove you can lead projects that cut across marketing, finance, HR, you name it. And the best way to do that? Get your hands dirty. Volunteer to lead those big, messy, cross-functional projects that force you to build credibility with your peers. And when you're doing that great work, you have to talk about it in the right way. It's time to stop just describing your job responsibilities and start quantifying your impact. Did your project drive revenue, cut costs, help transform the talent pool? You have to use hard metrics to tell the story of your contribution to the business. Which brings us perfectly to our third and final shift, and honestly, this might be the one people overlook the most, the narrative shift. It is not enough to do the work. You have to be able to tell your story and tell it well.
This whole shift is about perception and positioning yourself correctly. It means reshaping your career story, using your network with a real purpose, being creative about how you gain experience, and making smart investments in your own development. Here's a super powerful way to do this. Use the past, present, future framework. You frame your journey so it feels like a logical, natural evolution. Your past is about your foundational skills. Your present is where you highlight your current strategic wins. And your future is where you paint a clear, compelling picture of your vision for leading at the enterprise level. It makes your move to the C-suite feel inevitable.
And of course, that amazing story needs an audience, right? This quote just nails it. Strategic networking isn't about begging for a job. It's about building your reputation, becoming a known and respected voice among board members, recruiters, and other execs. That way, when the right opportunity comes up, your name is already on their list. You know, a really cool and kind of modern way to build both your story and your network is to look into fractional CXO roles. Acting as a part-time chief marketing officer or chief financial officer is a fantastic way to get that C-suite strategic experience, build up your portfolio, and prove you can do the job, all in a lower risk setting. It's a perfect stepping stone. Okay, so we've talked about the 3 huge mindset shifts: vision, impact, and narrative. Now let's pull it all together into an actionable framework that you can actually use to map out your own journey. This roadmap lays it all out in 5 clear phases. You start with phase 1, strategic clarity. Get crystal clear on where you want to go and what skills you're missing. Then phase 2 is capability building, where you go out and get those skills. Phase 3, narrative crafting, is where you build that past, present, future story.
Next, in phase 4, you activate your network with intention. And finally, phase 5 is role exploration, where you start targeting those CXO, fractional, or advisory roles that fit your vision.
When you break it down like this, that huge leap doesn't seem so impossible, does it? It feels intentional, manageable. So really, your journey to the C-suite starts right now. The only question is, what's your first move?